Hi.
What's up, N3K? Thank you for the 19. Alright, let's keep the volume low here. Alright, so this is obviously the Kel'Thuzad game from last night. If you are joining us just now, we're reviewing this game because Lucio and Diablo in this game seems to, well, let's just like, and Hanzo too, they seem to think that the only reason we lost this game is because I picked Kel'Thuzad. And I'll say right now that I don't think Kel'Thuzad is the best pick, right? I'm not trying to say it's the best pick or anything of that nature. I agree it's an uphill battle, but I think we have a chance to win, and it's not like a near zero chance. I think we have an okay chance to win with this Kel'Thuzad pick. So that's my stance, even though it's a uphill battle, assuming everyone plays well, which I do not think happened. Duffy got offended? Well, of course. Listen, what do I always tell you guys, right? Well, okay, so I wasn't gonna do this either. I wasn't even gonna do this, but a little fly on the wall told me that apparently he's going around and shit talking me in other streams. So if this guy's gonna be going around to all the streams and calling me a troll and shit talking me and trying to smear my name, then at that point I feel like I have an obligation to look into the game and tell everyone what really happened. I think that's fair. All right, so I think the beginning of the game is pretty normal, whatever. We got a comp, level 1. There's not a whole lot to talk about here. Everyone's playing the game. I will say this, though, okay, not a big deal, whatever. 4-man combo from minute 1, okay? Guess who boops them out of my combo? Like, it's understandable. It's understandable. We're not on comms, and everyone's doing their own thing, so sure, whatever, right? But from the very start, it's not like he's helping, right? So keep this in mind. It would be fine normally, but if this Lucio were to say, well, Kel'Thuzad, you didn't do shit this game, well, I mean, this doesn't look too good in my opinion. I wonder why I didn't do shit this game, you know? Well, there goes two of my stacks. There goes a winning level 1 fight where two of them get rooted and we can actually win the fight because that happens, but it's fine. It happens in Storm League. It's fine. Another 4-man combo. We're chilling. Completely useless, guys. I should have just gotten 8 stacks at 40 seconds, but it's a completely useless KTZ game, I'm sure. All right, so at this point, Lunara is rotating top. Team is doing Clown Town things. So already, I'm gonna start here, okay? And I'm gonna say, if you're any type of pro player or CCL player, and you're realistically trying to win this game, if a Lunara at level 1 is harassing Zul top, under no condition is your winning strategy go top. So keep in mind, these are the people that are flaming me the most for the Kel'Thuzad pick. It's Diablo and Lucio. My Diablo went top. What are you gonna do as a Diablo versus Lunara, right? And my Lucio is dueling Brightwing 1 versus 1 mid instead of doing the proper 4-man rotation. I'm convinced if they made these plays in CCL, they would get kicked. I don't think they could defend that this is the proper way to play the game. So if they're flaming for not playing the game properly and trolling and losing the game, you would imagine they would be trying to play properly and actually trying to win the game, which I feel like from the very start, it doesn't really look like that's happening, right? Only me and Hanzo are keeping 4-man rotate and trying to play the game and actually win the game normally. But whatever. This happens in Storm League too. Everyone's doing their random shit. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so what happened there? All right, let's watch this slower, okay? Because Maka was mad at me because it felt like my Kel'Thuzad pick Everyone kept getting away at 1 HP. So surely that must be Kel'Thuzad's fault. It must be Kel'Thuzad making it so everyone gets away at 1 HP, right? Which is understandable if you're just looking at it from like a primary, like Kel'Thuzad sucks. He didn't secure the kills of the people running away. But how does this fight start? This fight starts with the two people that are out of position getting caught because they are out of position. No, like I said, if they were with me and Hanzo and they're playing the game properly, if the Lunara goes top, we can invade their camp. Like everyone knows, that's 101 CC like pro play, right? We could already have gotten their camp if they were rotating with the 4-man. But instead, they like I said, my Diablo's top for some reason, my Lucio's mid for some reason. No good reason too. Is this the same fight? I don't even know. Wait, did I skip? Oh, this is level 1. We went back. My bad. Hold on. My Lucio's trying to harass the Brightwing. Gets caught. Gets chunked to 10% HP. Runs away with his heal. Has no speed boost now. I do a combo. And my root hits Lunara. And she gets away with 1 HP. Alright. So who messed up this play more? Like, you know, if you look at yourself and you look at this play really slowly, are you gonna tell me Kel'Thuzad is the only reason this Lunara got away? Now imagine if Lucio wasn't caught. Imagine if Lucio still had speed boost. Imagine if Lucio still had more than 10% HP so he could actually chase Lunara. Are you telling me to Kel'Thuzad that comboed and rooted him is the only reason why that guy got away? Because I feel like that's what Mako was trying to say yesterday. But I'm sure he didn't see like any of this in depth either. You can make your own decisions after watching that. Just another 3-man combo. You know, despite my team's best efforts, I am still stacking pretty quickly. On a team which they said Kel'Thuzad is an instant loss, by the way. I would have 15 stacks in 2 minutes right here if there was not boops and random people rotating into Antarctica. 15 stacks in 2 minutes, and this is the versus the comp. They said Kel'Thuzad's auto lose totally useless here. You know, keep that in mind, right? Okay, we get a kill. Doing camp. I'm trying to make sure we get the mid soak. This is pretty standard stuff. I'd also ask, you know, at this point, does this game feel like trolled game, 0% chance to win to you guys? Like, does it feel like this game's unwinnable? I would say no. I would say this feels like a pretty even game to me, but, you know, to each their own. You can judge for yourself. Yeah, it's still pretty even, I'd say. And I wouldn't really say like there hasn't even been anything I consider like a actual trolling yet. Like a suboptimal play, sure, but I don't consider any of this trolling yet. Just FYI, you know. Yeah, we're soaking. All right, so here Diablo gets chunked out of his mind, and yeah, cool partner said it right. Where is the Lucio here? Okay, from now I would like to start a count. Where is Lucio when someone is dying? You'd imagine Lucio would be watching and like trying to help the people that are dying if he's a. Just keep in mind, this is a CCL player that plays, aspiring to play professionally, and he's saying, I'm the only reason we lost this game. So you'd imagine he'd be number one team in CCL. You'd imagine he'd be trying to save the people that are dying. Right now, he is trying to 1v1 Lunara in mid lane. So are you going to tell me right now you think Mike Kel'Thuzad pick is more troll than this guy randomly 1v1ing Lunara in mid lane? Don't forget, he already randomly 1v1 Brightwing in the mid lane like 2 minutes ago. All right. So Mocha takes a shitload of damage that he doesn't have to. Lucio gets there way too late again, has to use all his cooldowns extremely inefficiently because we've already lost that fight. By the time he gets there, the fight's over because he wasn't there. And all of this is slowing down my stacking too because we effectively don't have a healer, right? Like half of these fights, we don't have a healer. It's pretty hard to stack on unstoppable targets, but it's even harder to stack if you don't have a healer. So just keep that in mind. And here, this is my bad. Oh yeah, Lucio died here, so you know, we'll slowly go over every single one of these plays. Now you'd imagine a CCL player with a mini map after he gets done 1v1ing Lunara and letting our Diablo die. You'd imagine he would be able to see on his mini map that Zul is going top, and you'd imagine if he was actually trying to win this game, he would know that 4 is less than 5, right? You'd imagine that. You'd imagine Mocha would know this too on Diablo. What do? We see all 5. We have full vision, full information. You see Lunara mid lane, waves done. Full information that they have 5. And my Diablo queues in with his like 30% HP, 30% regenerating. And Lucio's going in there too. And I think the Hanzo's Fancy Pants, he's herp derping in there too. CCL Goon Squad rolling out hot. You know, it's like a herp derp. Let's go. We're going on a D-Haka with Dig Up. When they have 5 people, and you know they have 5 people, full information. CCL train, let's go! You know? And I'm just like, well, if I go there, I'm probably dead. So I don't even go there because I'm trying to win this game. Like I try to win every game that I play, regardless of what I pick. And like I said, I don't pick a hero if I think there's 0% chance to win a game. I only pick it if I think there's a chance to win. And it's like an okay chance. It might be unfavored, maybe like 40, 60, 30, 70. But I only pick something if I think there's a chance to win with it. Right? So that one's my bad though. As well. I made a mistake there too. I should not have tried to stall after Lucio died. I should have just left. So that's my bad. Yeah. Anyways, Leon's like the only one playing properly at this point other than me, in my opinion, right? He's holding down the 4. He's getting like poked by Lunara, but like doesn't matter that much. Holding down the 4. Another 3-stack combo. And just look at all of these fights. Look at all these fights. What's happening here? What's happening here? Full HP Lucio. Woo-wee! Let me go in the 2v2. Oh wee! Well, yeah, I'm 2v2. I'm doing my 1v1 thing against Lunara again. Okay, and here, I need to make another point here, because this happens a lot this game. I fully believe if you are a BlizzCon caliber healer, you will never get hit by a Lunara Q unless you're CC'd. Alright, I fully believe that is what is expected out of a high Grandmaster, aspiring competitive player. I think most Lucio players that are playing competitive would agree with me. You should not be getting hit by Lunara Q unless you're CC'd. You're the fastest hero in the game. It's an obvious skill shot. Not to mention you have a button to dodge it as well. So just keep that in mind, because like this guy gets hit by every Lunara Q in the entire game. So what happened there, right? Like he effectively did nothing, lost 95% of his life, and once again, we're just on a huge downhill battle because this guy is doing nothing. Literally nothing except wasting everyone's time. Am I wrong here? And because I have to go up there to save him, the dude might have died if I didn't combo these guys to get him off of him. He's 5% life even after I comboed them, right? We're losing bottom for it now because I'm here and Lucio's here. And why am I here? Because Lucio, I need to save Lucio. Like, am I wrong here? Are you gonna look at this play and tell me Kel'Thuzad is the reason why we're losing here? All right, keep going. We don't lose bottom four. We just lose some damage, which is good. I'm still trying to win the game. What should be the optimal way to win the game, guys? Doing camps? Doing camps pretty nice. Where's my Lucio? He's top lane in a bush. Yeah, that's I'm sure that is what he's learned from playing in CCL. I'm sure he's trying to win the game, guys. He's top lane in a bush. Even if Lunara goes there, what's gonna happen? He's gonna trade. He's probably gonna lose if it's anything like any of the other trades we've seen this game. And then he's gonna like recall and heal. What if they invade our bottom camp? What if Lunara's not there? Well, then we just lose bottom camp. We probably die. Why? Because Marlucio's in top bush. Like, am I wrong here? All right. So, and you can see this, right? Now he's selling top. He's thinking about going top again. He's soloing mid, thinking about going top again. Diablo gets contained here. In a normal situation, I don't think this Diablo dies if he's contained. But our Lucio is mid trying to go top again with Diablo contained. My boy is literally contained, and he went from mid to top before reverting course and going bottom again. He made it halfway to top before reverting and going bottom. This is a full spell shield, full HP Diablo. Shouldn't die here if Lucio's with the team from the start. Lunara doesn't do damage early game at all, but the problem here is I genuinely believe we didn't have a healer. So Lunara does damage. So what happens here, right? Okay, let's amp the Lucio not with team healer count up to 2. That's 2 times he's nowhere with the guy that's dying. And it's not like the guy that's dying is split up. The guy that's dying is literally with the 4-man. Like, it's obvious you should be with him. This is not rocket science, right? But that's fine. Oh well, whatever. It's if he dies, he dies. Okay, Lucio comes. Okay, he's out. He's out. We cut our losses to Diablo. We can still win this game. It can still be an even game. What does Lucio do? Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back in and let me face tank another Lunara Q here. Right. So I want to believe that he's trying to throw this game because if this is his serious skill level, then it's pretty apparent to me he's just been getting hard carried by Cure. I want to believe he's trying to throw this game. Right? Full HP, completely out. Diablo's 100% dead. Oh, let me just go back in and also run into the Lunara Q while I'm at it and just suicide for no reason. Like, I don't believe you could look at that and tell me otherwise. You could say that's like some low diamond shitter that just plays really bad, right? I believe that too, but I'm gonna assume that's not the case. It's either he's trying to lose or it's like some low diamond skill level Lucio, no? Okay, so here comes the 2 people still trying to win the game. Well, 3 with Leon, but he's up there. So we're actually still trying to win the game, right? We know we can outplay them in this dive potentially. It's our best way to get kills. Okay, hit everything on Cure. He's dead. Brightwing gets out with 1 HP here after diving. Okay, I pull this Johanna back, and I would say this Johanna died because I pulled him back. I don't think anyone could look at this and say, oh, the Johanna, who was the primary contributor of this kill? He's not dying if he doesn't get pulled back there, right? So I would say I am currently doing something in this game despite not being stacked because I have no healer. I would say I just got 2 kills and just got us a comeback chance despite having no healer in this game. Tell me if I'm wrong here. Like, if any CCL players are in chat, even teammates, like if Cattle or Leon are still here, let me know if any of this is wrong, because I would love to hear if it's wrong. All right, so we have a chance to win the game, guys. We do the mercenary, we invade mercenary. We're pushing their fort. The whole team is pushing their fort. And where's my Lucio, guys? Hello? Any Lucio players here? Lucio is going mid. He appears to be trying to deathmatch Lunara again. That's my best guess. Despite dying 3 times now because he's managed to run into every single Lunara queue. Not with team again, guys. Just me or he not with team? Team is pushing bottom. He even thinks about going back to the team. Like you can see his model hovering. Did my thing just close? You can see his minimap model. Like it goes like halfway towards bottom, and then he's like, F it, I'm gonna go on top. Right? Am I crazy or not? Oh, this is the best part too. So we're disked again, and he's middle right now. We're disked. Lucio is middle. God knows why. Now you'd imagine a CCL player on a #1 team has a minimap, and he can see that his team has been disked. Kind of like before when Diablo was disked, right? So you'd imagine he would be going from middle to bottom here to try to, I don't know, heal his team as a healer in a high Grandmaster game he claims he's trying to win. Oh, Lucio's top? Oh, he's going to Zul? Oh, he's going to Zul, baby. He's high-fiving Zul right now. They have a Dahaka top, and he's high-fiving Zul right now. So he saw that we were in trouble, and he went from mid to top to high-five Zul. And Dahaka TP's bottom. And you can see I almost get out here. I 100% get out here if there's a Lucio, right? But I can't get out because I get cut off by Lunara. And do you know why we all die here? If you tell me a #1 reason why we all die here, I would say we don't have a healer. Am I wrong? It seems like we don't have a healer. Certainly seems like he's committed to not healing me, that's for sure. Oh, and this is great too. Like, okay, so I don't blame Maka as bad right now because I think a lot of Maka's plays are him, which is the Diablo. I think a lot of his plays are genuinely him trying his best to win the game in an off-roll spot because he's main damage, he's not main tank. I think he's genuinely trying to win the game up until this point. But the problem is we have no healer, so all the plays that he thinks are good are actually bad because we literally don't have a healer. So I don't blame Maka as much. Like I don't think he's seen this replay as in depth as I have, and I hope he watches this. But yeah, I don't blame him as much because I think he's actually trying to win the game too. It's just he's getting farmed because we don't have a healer. All right, this is great too. So I'm dead now. He's trying to do his mechanics thing, right? This is great. Are you telling me this is how the #1 CCL team player support on the #1 CCL team plays Lucio? High five someone, unstoppable, still tethered. Let me make sure I keep skating inside the tether. Let me make sure I don't break your tether while I am unstoppable, which I know I'm unstoppable because I just high five someone. It's my own doing. Let me make sure this tether's not broken. And let me make sure after I'm unstopped, you get to trigger it anyways. That's just like, I'm sorry, but like if that's him actually displaying his mechanics, that's pathetic, okay? That's an embarrassing display of mechanics. Why are you taking that 5 versus 3 fight? It's not 5 versus 3. They're trying to leave and they're getting chased. I mean, it is 5 versus 3, but they're trying to leave and they're getting chased. That's why. So you can kind of get a feeling that I'm running out of options here. But I genuinely think I've been trying to win this game the entire time, which I try to genuinely win every game. Unless there's like literally someone trying to throw in my team like even harder than this. So I'm still trying to win, but we're running out of options at this point. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on the Dragon Strikes, okay? Okay, this is Dragon Strike #2 that has hit nobody. So Fancy Pants, if you're watching this, good job, my man. Yeah, he always flames me for playing useless heroes, but he will take Dragon Strike to the grave. So we got to keep count here. Dragon Strike #2 that has hit literally nothing. Completely useless. You think Kel'Thuzad is worthless? I would argue your Dragon Strikes were more worthless. And honestly, factually speaking, you can compare how much damage I did versus his Dragon Strikes. I feel like any one of my abilities did more damage than his Dragon Strike because his Dragon Strike did 0. Am I crazy? Just me? Just saying. But he is trying to win the game other than the Dragon Strikes. Okay, he's like actually trying to like his mechanics are fine, like his QW whatever. Those are fine for now. But keep an eye out for the Dragon Strikes. All right, Diablo gets tethered in, a little bit of trouble. Finally, one good Lucio play, unstoppable. Right, we're fighting, we're fighting. Mach is dead. I don't know if anything really happens here. Oh yeah, Zul joins the fight. We get another kill. It's a good Q by Hanzo, right? Good rotation by Zul. We ended up turning that into 5 versus 4, so we can win that fight. We get this keep. We should get this keep at least, right? Poke it down. And once again, I'm still trying to win the game here. What's happening here? Another play begins, right?
Dix.
YHMH? You put that away. I'm still here. You can only spam that when I'm not here. Welcome back, though. Thanks for the 25. Another play here begins. And let me tell you something. They're not wrong in saying that Kel'Thuzad is not an optimal pick here. They're correct. It's not easy to land a freaking chain on one of the best, DPSs left in HOTS, okay? It's not easy. This character has 20% move speed permanently. It's not easy landing these chains, right? So they're right. This is a hard game for me. And even still, I would argue I am the number one player in this game making plays that can make it a winning game. So I'm here, actually, in my opinion, trying to win this game like 10 times harder than any of these other guys. And then they blame me for being the one that trolls and loses this game at the end. All right, let's keep going. All right, pull him back here. Look how low he is. Now this guy, I would argue, very likely dead here, right? What is the one play where he gets out alive? Well, the one play where he gets out alive would be if you literally stand behind him and give him a leaping strike out. Otherwise, he cannot get out. You can just move speed us. We have double DPS on him with move speed. He has no dash if you don't stand behind him. There's nothing behind him you can leap to. I would argue this guy is very likely dead here. So what happens? All right, we boop him. I'm hoping we are playing just out of tilt or muscle memory because once again, an absolutely embarrassing display of skill or mechanics or knowledge, like all three, I don't even know. We stand directly behind the Lunara that's 20% HP. Literally the only way this guy can guarantee live. And we get hit by tongue because we are Lucio not on wall. By the way, I reviewed a CCL game a long time ago. I think it was the one where like Kier's team got second place instead of first. And I swear to you, I shit you not. Back then, I don't know if the VOD might not exist. Back then, I watched it. They like got rolled. I said back then the number one reason why they lost that fight was because Legacy's Lucio seemed to not know that he needs to stick to walls. So glad to see it's still here. It doesn't seem like that's changed much. Just saying. You're telling me any competent GM Lucio here is gonna die from 100 HP to a Lunara that got chained and a Brightwing and a Dahaka? I don't think any CCL player would tell me that a 100% competent Lucio would die here. I don't think we have to argue about this one. So, once again, a play that should have made it so we can get back in the game, one kill on our side, and then it would be 2 dead on their side, none on ours. Instead, ends with, well, guess what? Our Lucio's dead again! Who would have thought, guys? Who would have thought? Like, you can't make this shit up. Literally can't make this shit up. Yeah, okay, so number 3 on Dragon Strikes that hit literally nothing, right? Like, keeping track. Number 3 Dragon Strike that literally hit nothing. And at this point, I guarantee you what is in Fancy Pants' head right now, the Hanzo, I guarantee you what he's thinking is, oh great, another game trolled by Fan, nice Kel'Thuzad pick, it's over. So he starts running it down after this, right? Because obviously he knows his trades. He's been doing fine before this. Now he just doesn't care. Now he's just like, whatever. I'm just gonna run in and see if I can kill him. It's whatever. That's not like that big of a deal. People do that in Storm League all the time. But he essentially just runs into their team and dies now, right? Running it, I would say. So what am I supposed to do with Calzazot here now that my Lucio has run it down? My Hanzo has run it down. My options are very limited. I'm still trying to win the game. I'm still stalling, trying to do damage where I can. But how am I supposed to win this game? You know? Is this my fault that we're losing the game? Would you watch this game and say I'm the primary reason? I'm the only reason even that we're losing this game? And at this point, Maka is thinking the same thing, right? Because I know Maka is a good enough player, and I know he's good enough to count. So, 2 dead, 5 alive, half HP Diablo. What do we do here? Oh, I don't know. Let's just walk into the other team, guys. Oh, shit. Was that because I was playing Kel'Thuzad? Was that Kel'Thuzad? Like, I honestly would like to know if Maka's here. Like, any comments? Or where is that the third guy that has run it down after I made a play that would have gotten us back in the game? Just me? Or call me crazy. Oh, baby, here we go. Here we go. Let the dragon be me. All right, 4th dragon strike. That's done 0 damage. And here, I mean, I think Fancy Pants is still trying to win the game. I believe he thinks he can win this trade if he hits his skill shots, which is okay. I'm like most okay with this guy's run it downs because if he hits all his skill shots, he can win the trade. Assuming we had a healer. Where's our healer, guys? Oh, he's bottom trying to like what 1v2 Maev? Oh, you'd imagine a CCL healer would recognize that people would need help here and maybe need healing here, right? This doesn't seem like that hard to determine that this is where you should be as a Lucio. I think everyone can understand that. So maybe if we have a healer here, it's 3 versus 2, you know, for a little bit we can do something. But we don't, just like we didn't have a healer for the majority of this game, every game. You know, Leon and I are still trying to win the game. He's rotating. He rotates, gets a root. That's good. You know, I'm trying to root people. I'm trying to ult the guys. We're still trying to win the game, but at this point, people are running it down left, right, and center. What are you going to do, right? It's essentially becoming unwinnable. But when your teammates run it down this much, your options to win, you know, eventually go to 0. And again, right, we have a lightning breath here. Everyone gets away. And like Maka told me, they kept all getting away with 1 HP. Don't you think that was just Kel'Thuzad? And I agree, Kel'Thuzad is part of it, but look at the state of this game. You're lightning breathing 3 versus 5. None of them are low. Of course they're gonna get away there. Most likely, no matter what hero I'm on here, it's still a 3 versus 5. No one's gonna die here, right? But I guarantee you, this is what I always say is the problem with CCL players and competitive players in general. I know because I've been one, right? It's like they don't actually accurately determine the problem by looking at the replay and studying intensively. They just have a version of the game that happened in their head, just like everyone else does. Yeah, you encounter this in Storm League all the time, where people tell you something that literally didn't happen because they think it happened, right? So in their versions of the heads, well, this is all because of Kel'Thuzad. We can't kill any of these guys because Kel'Thuzad. It's not because we have 2 people running it down left, right, center. It's 3 versus 5 when we decided Lightning Breath. This is because of Kel'Thuzad. Because we picked Kel'Thuzad, every time we lost the fight this game, it's because we had a not S tier hero. I guarantee you that's what's going on through every single one of their minds. And now we're really tilted. So, alright, so once again, 50% HP Diablo. Yes? Yes. Where's he going? Is it not 4 versus 5? Are they not literally running it down? Is this not literally the definition of trolling? Is this not griefing? These are players that compete Half HD Diablo charges in 4 versus 5 into enemy fort when every single enemy player is healthier than he is. Is this because I'm playing Kel'Thuzad? It is, because if I was playing something else, he wouldn't be this tilted. But, I don't think it's the reason he thinks it is. Yeah, at this point they're just like the game's pretty much over. They're just committed to like they're like whatever. They're checked out, right? The game's essentially already over from this point. There's no coming back because they're completely checked out. Like what? Lucio's dead. So, I'm sorry, guys. Let's just I missed something. I'm sorry. The Lucio dies so many times. I just like it's so many times. You couldn't even believe how many times a Lucio would die to this comp that has very low threat on actually killing a Lucio. So I miss some of it sometimes. All right, let's pay attention to the Lucio this time. All right. All right, he goes in to help Diablo because they're hand in hand, like can't count dive
Nerf
buddies apparently.
KTC.
Very nice. That's fine. Gets tethered, and guess what? He's out here. We're peeling for him. He's gonna be out here. Maybe he wants to kill Kier. Once my chain misses, very clear Kier's not dying here. I'm backing up. Hanzo's backing up. Lucio, okay, if this was a Diamond 5 Lucio and all he's doing is right-clicking towards our base, I honestly believe he lives here. If it's just like a Diamond 5 Lucio trying to win the game, being like, oh shit, let me run towards my base, I honestly believe he lives here. What does he do though? Instead of trying to get out, right here, right after tether, right here, boom, out. Instead of trying to get out, he's chilling. He's chilling. He's trying to make. He's trying to outskill other people. And if this game is indication of his skill, like I can see why him trying to outskill other people doesn't seem to work very often. Yeah, could have gone now, but we'll stay there. We'll let Kirauto attack us 2 more times, and then let's go in tower range and like Lunara range, and then let's try to get out. Oh, he's dead again. Was that because I'm on Kel'Thuzad, or what's happening, guys? Just me? Remind me to never make fun of fan. You can make fun of me. I don't mind being made fun of. If you have a like valid reason, I'm fine with it. There is a little bit of a valid reason in their complaints. I play donation requests, and they're not the best pick for winning the game every game. I fully accept that. That's valid criticism. And my response to that is you cannot control what people want to play. People will play whatever they want, right? There's no rule saying in Storm League you can only play what is in God's given tier list of the S tier heroes and don't play anything else. Like there's no rule that says that. You can play whatever you want. Those are Blizzard rules. So that's my response to that. But I do think that is more valid than anything in this game. So here everyone's just writing it down. Like I said, at this point the game's over. Like everyone's mentally checked out. There's no chance to win anymore. It's just kind of like, at this point it's essentially over. I did face space. I did. Hey, I thought that hair didn't look too bad, man. I'd rock that hair again. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now we get to the spicy part. Right? Really enjoyed the Troll Pink. Fun game. Why, thanks, Legacy. Like, can you guys see why I'm not happy about this? By the way, I wasn't even going to do the VOD review. I usually let this kind of stuff slide. It's happened to me before. I'm a pretty nice guy most of the time. But I heard from some viewers that he's shit talking me. He's going to everyone else's streams and he's like, "Yeah, I love it. I love getting trolled by a fan." He's literally shit talking me in every other stream. So imagine being a competitive Lucio player playing this embarrassing disgrace of a game. Like I don't know any other way like how to put it, right? It's embarrassing. If I played this game, I would turn off my stream at how badly I played. And imagine playing this game. I wasn't stacked in 5 minutes, by the way, but I would have been if I had a healer. And I'm telling him what actually happened in this game because believe it or not, when you play for 20,000 hours, when you're the top earning pro player in North America, believe it or not, you get a pretty good idea of what happened in the games you played. So I told him, I tried to tell him, I got stacked really quickly this game. I think I did a pretty good job. I After watching the replay, I think I'm by far the number one contributor of any chance of the win this game. Despite my pick arguably being the worst pick of the composition, right? Like, do you have any idea how much better I'm playing than they are? When my pick is literally the worst pick of our team, but I'm exponentially outperforming everyone on my team, that's not easy. So I'm trying this hard to win a game, like I try to win every game. And this guy is over here like, yeah, nice troll, guys. Oh, and the 0.55 dragon strikes that did a combined damage of one of my Qs. Fancy pants. Shout out to your boy. Yeah, KTZ looked really good in 5 cleanses. He's right though. He's right. This is not an optimal game for KTZ. Right? I told the Lucio, this guy's getting killed literally when he should never be killed. This is not a comp that can easily kill Lucio if he's actually trying to win. And he says I didn't do shit, right? So after watching that game fully, like I know there's some CCL players here too. You guys tell me, like who did not do shit, right? And I mean this might be rude, but I'm literally telling him what happened, in my opinion. I didn't do shit because my healer was useless. I just harsh, but like I feel like there's not many people that would tell me that's not accurate this game. And then this is even better, right? This is where I actually want to start reviewing the replay. You know you trolled. So that to me means that his mentality is literally the same as like, probably worse than like people like the famous griefers in Storm League. Your boy J Mills, your boy the Kerrigan One Trick, Trust, Porky on a 13-game losing streak. This tells me that in his brain, he literally thinks the only reason that he lost this game was because I trolled. He legitimately thinks that as a aspiring professional player on the number one team. And like I said before, all that tells me is like if this is any semblance of his actual skill level, there's two options. One, he's trying to lose this game, which I hope to believe. Two, he's literally being hard carried by Kier, who has actual decision making. Not like this kind of like garbage, go top, go middle, 1v1 Lunara, Clown Fiesta, Storm League decision making, whatever you call this, right? Like this, I feel like this guy is literally just being hard carried by Kier's decision making. It's pretty embarrassing. No other way to put it. Okay, and Mocha told me after this game, you had 20k damage less than you should. And I agree. I did have 20k damage less than I should on like if I was like a Sylvanas or Vala, maybe even more than that, right? But like after watching this game, how do you expect me to do more damage when I don't even have a healer on my map the 90% of the time? The healer let like 7 people die while he's on the other side of the map. And most of those deaths were Mocha. See, this is the power of ignorance and like the power of just tunneling on one set idea. This is why I hate it when people tell me drafts cannot win a game. Because it's so wrong. If drafts decided the game entirely, then don't even play the game. You can just end every game at draft. There's a reason the game is played, right? So, but when you fall into this pitfall, every single one of these 3 players, 100% in their heads, we lost this game because of Kel'Thuzad. And the stats are literally right in front of them. It's staring at them. 0.5 Lucio, half the healing of some random dude in Storm League, 1.7 Diablo. Can't count at all. It's all in the VOD. This is a great thing about checking VODs. This is what I tell you guys. To get better, you need to check replays and see what actually happened. This is why you check VODs. And you best believe none of these guys checked this VOD. And I wasn't going to either, but like when you're shit talking me behind my back and you played like this, well, I'm gonna go see exactly what happened at that point. Anyways, so that's that. On top of all of this, I heard Legacy started first picking Murky and Nova in his games immediately after this, not even with me in them. So, dude is literally first picking Murky and Nova, which he does not play. It's not like he's me. It's not like he gets donation requests and he's got 1,000 games of each hero under his belt, and he's late picking it in maps where it's possible to win, like I do. He's doing a first pick, never plays these heroes with the explicit intention to grief the game, and I'm not even in those games, right? This is just what I heard. So I mean, I don't know, like. Is this not just like embarrassing? Like, if you are a CCL admin, if you're a 30K team owner, if you're his teammate, can you honestly tell me that this game was because I picked Kel'Thuzad? Can you honestly look at this game and tell me this is all my fault? Like, is this not just an embarrassing display? Like, I feel like even CCL players should have some standards of the level of character they're displaying. So that's all I have to say. Yeah, BBJ had some fights with Legacy too. Here's the thing about Legacy, okay? Uh, this is, to be fair, my biased opinion. So obviously, I'm gonna be biased about this. But I fully believe that after he got hard carried by Kier for the last 3 seasons, after winning, winning 2 out of the 3 CCLs or 3 out of the 4 last seasons of CCL, because he was on Kier's team, I'm gonna call it. If this guy was on another person's team, if he was on like DH or something, a team with all relatively Storm League players, they would not last. They probably wouldn't even make top 3. Yeah, he seems to have gotten an extremely big head. He seems to think he is very, very good. And I think he's a lot better than what he showed in that game. I think he's a good mechanical player. I don't think his game knowledge is very good, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think is anywhere close to my level or Kier's level, but that's fine. He hasn't played as long as us. He has good mechanics, but the size of his ego is definitely not equal to the size of his skill. Let's just put it like that. And let's see here. Give me one sec. And I know winning tournaments feels good. I've done it before. I believe the last comment someone told me he made was like, I love being told to get a life by a guy who makes $5, willing to do anything for $5 an hour. So I heard that was like one of those things he was saying when he was shit talking me on other places. So that's my bad. Getting a life was just my moment of anger, which I'm sure people can understand. He has a life. But what I would say is, it's not getting a life. I would like him to get some eyes and actually watch the games that he plays before he goes around throwing his tilt and blame at everyone else. Uh, and it's not being told by someone who is willing to do anything for $5 an hour. First of all, it's $15 to $20 an hour. Okay, come on, at least get the right number. That's a triple to a quadruple, baby. But yeah, it's not being. You don't need to look at it as being told to do this by someone who is questionable ethics. If you're really into CCL, you believe performance is everything. Then how about this? Uh, there you go. Your boy Legacy, like he's doing good. He has 3 out of 4 first places, right? He's been on Kier's team every time. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. He's doing pretty good. A little sick, nasty 4 grand. So you're not being told this by someone who's willing to do anything for $5. How about you look at it like you're being told this by someone who has made 40 times, who has accomplished 40 times what you've accomplished in the game that you aspire to be good at. And even if I don't actively compete anymore, if you grow some eyes, I believe you can see which one of us is more knowledgeable in this game. I know you might not believe it, but if you get some eyes eventually, I believe you can see it. And I believe he can get better, but not with that mentality. If he's sticking around with that mentality, he'll never get to a point where he can even hope to surpass me. All right, there we go. Hope y'all enjoyed the VOD review. Listen, if there's any CCL players here, if you think I'm wrong about anything, if you think I should be like blaming myself more, I'm open to all of it. You feel free to let me know. It's not like I'm trying to like, just avoid flaming myself entirely. But I just told it like how I saw it, without any filters. That's about it. A patio team. Big drama's rare. Yeah, it was sorry. I had like when you do a replay analysis, you have to like kind of look at everything that goes on in a game, right? So that took a long ass time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed though. That side note, this is why I always tell you guys to look at replays. Because what is in your head is never 100% accurate. Okay, it's never 100%. Not for legacy, not for you, not for me. It's not for me either. I'm glad you liked it, B kid. But what's in the replay is always 100% accurate. So if you want to get better, if you want to improve, it's always good to look at the replays.